The Dodge Charger is one of the last genuine American performance sedans still in production, and the owners who treat it right are getting 200,000 and 250,000 miles out of engines that feel as strong at high mileage as they did the day they left the factory. The owners who don't treat it right are having conversations with mechanics between 80,000 and 120,000 miles that nobody wants to have. The difference between those two groups of Charger owners isn't luck, and it isn't which engine they chose. Whether you're running the 3.6-liter Pentastar, the 5.7 Hemi, or the 6.4 Hemi in a Scat Pack. The difference is 10 specific things that most Charger owners either don't know or don't do consistently. I'm going through all 10. Some are maintenance realities that extend engine life past 200,000 miles. Some are warning signs specific to the Charger platform that most owners are ignoring right now. Some are modifications that actually help longevity instead of hurting it. And number 6 on this list is something that every Charger owner's instinct will tell them is wrong, but it isn't. Stay until you get there because it might be the most useful thing on this entire list. Secret number 10. The 3.6-liter Pentastar's coolant crossover tube is the single most commonly ignored failure point on the entire Charger platform, and most owners don't know it exists until it cracks. The coolant crossover tube runs across the top of the Pentastar of 6, connecting the two-cylinder heads through the cooling circuit. It is made of plastic. It runs directly above a hot engine and cycles through thousands of heat cycles over its service life. The plastic degrades. The tube cracks. Coolant leaks internally before it leaks externally, which means the first visible symptom is often not a puddle under the car, but a slightly sweet smell from the vents, a marginally climbing temperature gauge, or in the worst cases, white smoke from the exhaust indicating coolant entering the combustion chamber. Replacement of the crossover tube on the Pentastar runs $280 to $450 at an independent shop, and $450 to $650 at a dealer. If you own a Pentastar Charger with over 60,000 miles, inspect the crossover tube at every oil change. Look for surface cracking, white residue around any seam, or any sign of weeping coolant on the top of the engine. Catching a slow seep costs $350. Catching a head gasket failure from ignored coolant loss costs $2,200 to $3,800. Secret number 9. The 5.7 Hemi and 6.4 Hemi share a specific warning sign that every Charger owner needs to have memorized. A cold start tick that lasts longer than 15 seconds is not normal Hemi character and is not something to dismiss. Both Hemi applications use hydraulic lifters in the valve train, and the MDS system in the 5.7 and 6.4 uses 4 additional lifters that cycle between active and deactivated states throughout every drive. These lifters depend entirely on immediate oil pressure at startup to maintain their correct operating position. When oil quality degrades or change intervals stretch, the passages serving these lifters develop varnish deposits that restrict oil flow during those critical first seconds. The lifter sits in its bore without adequate oil pressure. Metal contacts metal, and the tick you hear is that contact happening repeatedly until pressure builds enough to seat the lifter correctly. Early stage, under 10 seconds of ticking on a cold start, is a warning to change the oil immediately and inspect the filter for metal particles. Tick, lasting 15 seconds or more consistently, is a warning that the lifter bore has measurable wear, and the MDS system needs professional inspection before the repair escalates from $400 to $600 in early intervention to $1,500 to $3,000 in full lifter replacement. Secret number 8. Every Charger equipped with Uconnect has a hidden performance data menu that the overwhelming majority of owners have never accessed, and that gives you real-time and logged information about your engine and drivetrain that a shop charges $150 to read with a scan tool. On 2015 and newer Charger models with Uconnect 5, go to the Apps section of the touchscreen. On 5.7 and 6.4 Hemi applications, you will find the performance page's application logging 0 to 60 times, quarter-mile elapsed times and trap speeds, horsepower and torque estimates, and lateral G-force readings using the vehicle's existing sensors and GPS without any additional hardware. On all Charger platforms, including the Pentastar, the Uconnect service menu accessible by holding The defrost and volume buttons simultaneously for 10 seconds show stored fault codes, system temperatures, and diagnostic logs before they reach the threshold that triggers a check engine light. Check this menu every 5,000 miles. You are reading the health of your charger in real time and catching soft faults before they become dashboard warnings and diagnostic fees. Secret number 7. The Pentastar Vibe 6 in the charger has a specific oil consumption pattern between 60,000 and 100,000 miles that Dodge acknowledges but most owners don't know to monitor for until the engine has already sustained damage from running low. The Pentastar uses piston oil control rings that can develop deposits over time, which reduce their ability to scrape oil from the cylinder walls effectively. The result is oil burning in the combustion chamber at a rate that doesn't trigger any warning light and doesn't produce visible blue smoke under normal driving conditions, but quietly drops the oil level by a quart or more between change intervals. A Pentastar running a quart low is a Pentastar running its valve train and timing chain components on reduced lubrication volume. Check the dipstick every 1,000 miles on any Pentastar charger over 60,000 miles regardless of how recently the oil was changed. If the level is dropping between changes, add the correct full synthetic 0W20 to maintain the level between MIN and max at all times. Never let a Pentastar run below the minimum mark. The timing chain tensioners in this engine are oil pressure dependent, and a low oil level is one of the fastest ways to accelerate timing chain wear on a platform, where timing chain replacement runs $800 to $1,400. Secret number 6. And here's the one that sounds completely wrong. Occasionally running your charger's Hemi all the way to redline, a full wide-open throttle pull through the entire RPM range to the rev limiter is not just acceptable for your engine. It is actually beneficial, and most charger owners who baby their car and never push it past 3,000 revolutions per minute are doing their Hemi a quiet, long-term disservice. Here is why this is true and not just gearhead mythology. The 5.7 and 6.4 Hemi are designed as performance engines. Their piston rings, valve seating surfaces, and combustion chamber geometry are engineered to operate correctly across the full RPM range, including the top of it. When a Hemi is driven exclusively at light throttle and low RPM for tens of thousands of miles, several things happen that a periodic full RPM pull reverses. Carbon deposits build on piston crowns and combustion chamber surfaces because light throttle operation doesn't generate the combustion temperatures required to burn them cleanly. Piston rings can develop a glazed seating pattern from never being pushed against the cylinder wall with full combustion pressure. Oil that has migrated into areas of the engine that light throttle operation never fully burns off sits and contributes to deposit formation. A full wide-open throttle pull to redline on a fully warmed engine, not a cold engine, never a cold engine, generates the combustion temperatures and cylinder pressures that clean carbon deposits, properly seat piston rings, and clear accumulated oil vapor from passages that light throttle operation leaves untouched. Do it once every 1,000 to 1,500 miles on a highway on-ramp or an empty stretch of road. One pull, fully warmed engine, full throttle through the complete RPM range. It sounds like abuse. For a Hemi that was built to do exactly that, it is maintenance. Secret number 5. The brake fluid in your charger is degrading right now regardless of mileage, and a charger used for any level of spirited driving is the worst possible application for neglected brake fluid. Here is the specific risk for the charger platform beyond the standard brake fluid moisture contamination concern. A charger driven at any level of performance, repeated hard stops, track days, aggressive street driving, generates brake system temperatures significantly higher than a commuter vehicle making the same number of stops. Moisture-contaminated brake fluid that would be adequately safe in a charger used exclusively for gentle commuting can produce vapor lock in a charger used the way it was designed to be used. When brake fluid boils in a performance application, it doesn't just produce a soft pedal. In a hard braking event at speed, it can produce a pedal that goes to the floor with almost no warning. The 6.4 Hemi Scat Pack application specifically, a car capable of 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds that is regularly driven to its performance capability, needs brake fluid moisture testing every 12 months and flush every 2 years regardless of mileage. Non-negotiable. A brake fluid flush runs $80 to $120. The alternative conversation is one nobody wants to have. Secret number 4. The MDS cylinder deactivation system in your 5.7 Hemi charger is one of the most misunderstood systems on the platform and the way most owners respond to it, either ignoring it completely or spending money disabling it incorrectly. Represents two different mistakes with two different cost profiles. The MDS system deactivates 4 cylinders during light load highway cruising, and the transition between 8 and 4-cylinder mode is something some owners feel as a slight shudder or vibration that makes them distrust the system. Here's what most owners don't know. The MDS shudder. Most charger owners feel is almost never a system malfunction. It is an indication that the oil doesn't meet the viscosity specification the system requires to cycle cleanly. The MDS relies on precise oil pressure signals in the 20 weight range to activate and deactivate the special lifters smoothly. Run 5W30 instead of the specified 5W20, and the higher operating viscosity creates a pressure differential that makes the MDS transition rough. Run degraded oil past its service interval, and the same thing happens. Before spending $300 to $600 on an MDS disabler module for a shuddering transition, change the oil to the correct specification, full synthetic 5W20 from a quality brand like Mobil 1 or Pennzoil Platinum, and drive 500 miles. In the majority of cases, the shudder disappears entirely because the problem was never the system. It was the fluid. Secret number 3. The charger's factory suspension bushings on all 3 engine platforms begin showing measurable compliance. Mechanical looseness that affects handling precision and tire wear. Between 80,000 and 100,000 miles. Most charger owners attribute the gradually increasing vagueness in their steering feel to tire wear or alignment, and spend money on alignments and tires that don't address the root cause. Here is how to identify worn suspension bushings on your charger without a lift. Park on level ground and turn the steering wheel from lock to lock slowly while a helper watches each front wheel from the side. Any visible lag between the steering input and the wheel movement indicates bushing compliance in the steering linkage. Grab each front tire at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock positions and attempt to rock it. Any perceptible play indicates tie rod or control arm bushing wear. Grab each front tire at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Any play indicates wheel bearing or upper strut mount wear. A complete front suspension bushing refresh on a charger runs $600 to $900 in parts and labor at an independent shop, and transforms the driving experience of a high-mileage car back toward what it felt like new. An alignment performed on worn bushings is money spent on a problem that the alignment cannot fix. Secret number 2. Top-tier gasoline is not a premium fuel marketing concept for the 5.7 Hemi, the 6.4 Hemi, or the Pentastar. It is a specific certification with measurable consequences for long-term engine health, and the difference between top-tier and non-top-tier gasoline in a direct injection or port injection application over 100,000 miles is visible in the engine. Top-tier certification requires gasoline to contain enhanced detergent additive packages at concentrations above the EPA minimum standard. For the Pentastar, which uses port injection, where fuel contacts the intake valves on every cycle, the detergent package in the fuel is the primary mechanism preventing carbon deposits from building on valve stems and valve heads. For the 5.7 and 6.4 Hemi, which use direct injection where fuel bypasses the intake valves entirely, the top-tier detergents slow combustion chamber carbon buildup. Top-tier brands include Shell, Chevron, Costco, and Mobil. The price difference between top-tier and non-top-tier gasoline is 3 to 5 cents per gallon, approximately $40 to $60 per year at average charger fuel consumption. The cost of a professional intake valve cleaning service on a Pentastar from carbon buildup from low detergent fuel runs $350 to $550. The math has only one correct answer. Secret number 1. The single most important secret for keeping any charger running forever, Pentastar, 5.7 Hemi, or 6.4 Hemi, is a complete handwritten or digital service log maintained from the first oil change to the present day with every receipt attached. This is the secret that sounds the least impressive, and delivers the most value over the life of the car, and here is exactly why. A charger with a complete documented service history showing correct oil specification, correct intervals, correct fluid changes, and correct repairs performed at correct mileage points is a car with a verifiable warranty claim history, a provable maintenance record that any mechanic can assess in 30 seconds, and a resale value that reflects what the car actually is rather than what a buyer assumes about a high-mileage vehicle with no history. More importantly, a complete service log is the tool that catches patterns before they become failures. If your oil consumption increases between 2 consecutive changes documented in your log, you see it immediately and investigate before it becomes a problem. If your transmission fluid was changed at 45,000 miles and you're now at 95,000 miles, the log tells you the service is due without relying on memory or a maintenance minder that resets and doesn't track everything. A $3 notebook or a free notes app on your phone maintains the most complete picture of your charger's health that exists anywhere. Start it today, even if the car has 100,000 miles on it already. A partial record starting now is better than no record, and it becomes more valuable with every entry you add. Here is what all 10 of these secrets have in common. None of them are complicated. None of them require expertise beyond basic awareness of how your specific charger platform works and what it needs. The charger owners running these cars past 200,000 miles are not doing anything exotic. They know these 10 things, they act on them consistently, and their cars reward that consistency with exactly the longevity the platform was built to deliver. The owners watching their chargers develop problems between 80,000 and 120,000 miles are the ones who assumed a car that looks and sounds this good must be taking care of itself. It isn't. You are. Now you know how.